Hi there. Discussion for week 7. Where I see myself fitting in, based on past and current trends perhaps, is old school. Where old school science fiction, where social allegory is at play, where you take a set of circumstances, you plot out some unknown future, but it's really speaking about the present. Or in my story, it's an alternate world. Looks like ours, sounds like ours, but has elements of weird things that aren't ours. Therefore, it's not our world, but it's still speaking to situations we all deal with in this world. One of my favorite books by Robert Heinlein is A Time for the Stars. I mean, a lot of people cite Starship Troopers for social allegory, but I think this one's great. And oh my goodness, based on this week in the news at the United Nations, like, it's really amazing that this is a story about two twins and one of them goes out into space, and it's got lots of science in it, and it's great. So he did tons of research, I'm sure. But it was because we were making our planet uninhabitable, so we had to search for new ones. And the telepathy between the twins was how they could communicate over long distances in space. It's the best book. I love this book. Oh my goodness. But anyhow, it has something called the Long Range Foundation. Its coat of arms reads, "Bread cast upon the waters," and its charter is headed, "Dedication to the welfare of our descendants." I mean, there's always, in Heinlein, there's always some government organization, there's some, spend lots of money, maybe they don't really have our true interests at heart, but space exploration's a big thing. My early influences were Star Wars and Close Encounters of the Third Kind, so I guess just never occurred to me that we were alone in the universe kind of thing. Carl Sagan, Cosmos. I mean, I was watching all that stuff before the age of 10. So that's where I fit in, I guess, classic sci-fi. What kind of market do I see myself leaning towards? I mean, I don't think classic sci-fi is big right now. I just wanted to share a quick quote from Stephen King's On Writing about writing to a market. "Plenty of writers resist this idea. They feel that revising a story according to the likes and dislikes of an audience is somehow akin to prostitution. If you really feel that way, I won't try to change your mind. You'll save on charges at Copy Cop too, because you won't have to show your story to anyone in the first place. In fact," he said snottily, "if you really feel that way, why bother to publish at all? Just finish your books and then pop them into a safety deposit box, as J.D. Salinger is reputed to have been doing in his later years." I think that's hilarious, because I write for me. I don't, if I was writing for the market 10 years ago, I'd be writing vampire books like Twilight. But the market changes. The market has come back to Star Wars finally. I mean, so maybe sci-fi will be in. Social allegory is definitely in right now with The Handmaid's Tale. Margaret Atwood, thank you, a fellow Canadian. And so I guess that's how that does those kinds of conventions of, I think some people expect certain science fiction to be social allegory. So anyhow, that's how I fit in the market, or how I write, I guess. And thanks so much.